the jailhouse visits between Casey Anthony and her family. They should be front and center on the network morning shows. But here, we've got them for you first. Here's George Anthony asking Casey why she's not cooperating with deputies.
Have you ever thought about even just reaching out to the guys at the sheriff's department, just talking to them?
The few times that I have, Dad, you've seen what's blown up in my face. They've misconstrued things that I said to them. Resources that I gave them, they haven't used. So, in all honesty, as much as I'd like to at the moment, if I'm going to, it won't be an in-person conversation. It won't be an over-the-phone conversation. It will be in writing. So there's no way of them twisting my words or saying that I didn't give them information.
Local 6 Morning News reporter Tiffany Tiff is live outside the Anthony home right now. We know the Anthonys have not responded to the release of these tapes. And we did bring in a psychologist who has a lot of experience looking at interviews like this. I can't wait to hear what this woman has to say about what Casey and her parents are saying.
That's right, Lauren. You know, all morning we've been focusing on what was said in these discussions between Casey and her family. But now let's look at what wasn't said. Local 6, like you said, sat down with the psychologist who analyzed what was in these tapes.
Is there anybody that you don't trust that you want me to be looking into?
Oh, God.
She's spending so much time trying to recall information, and that if it's something that you know, you can give a much more spontaneous answer.
Dr. Amanda Janner examines relationships between parents and children for a living. Listen as she analyzes this relationship between these parents and this child.
You know, I just had a little analogy of our family. Think of me as the thumb. Think of that. The next finger, you know, the index finger is your mom. You know, she likes to point just like Kaylee.
Yeah, but it's the middle finger.
Okay, the middle finger, I guess, is mom, probably. But I'm looking at size in the family. You know, the next finger after that is going to be Lee, then it's going to be you, and then the final, that little pinky, that's Kaylee. So think of that. Think of your hand. Just think, this is us. This is the family that love each other, that cares, and needs to be together. And we're missing two fingers. You know?
I'm still here.
As silly as it sounds.
I know.
We have you here.
I think it's interesting that she only mentions herself, that it's not about Kaylee, it's about her. I'm still here. She doesn't even mention Kaylee.
Investigators have already said Casey is a habitual liar, and almost everything she told them during the investigation has turned out to be false.
Are you protecting Kaylee? Are you protecting me? Are you protecting whom? I'm protecting our family, yes. Not from anything that I've done. Someone threatening us. Someone threatening us. Mom, just leave it at that, please. Okay. For right now, just leave it at that.
Now, we want to make it clear that our psychologist did not examine Casey, nor has she ever treated her. She was only giving us her expert opinion. And in her expert opinion, she says that Casey appears to be does an incredible job through this entire thing, sticking to the exact same story. And remember, this is the story that investigators say Casey made up. She says to stick to a story that you made up is very difficult to do. She says it almost seems like Casey has convinced herself that this is what has happened. For now,